Hello, hello. I'm out here in my garden. It's beautiful here. I'm going to do an energy report for the masculine energies that we are going through at the moment. I think for the masculine energies we may look at, I think we'll go through this one here. Masculine energies for this week. Of course, when I talk about the masculine energies, I talk about the masculine within each and every single one of us. All of us, whether masculine or feminine, it's not about gender, it's about energies, and we house masculine and feminine energies within. And at this point in time, we are now going through the distortions, the distorted inversions that have created the distorted masculine and feminine over the last millennia, and now we are moving into and transforming and transmuting those inversions and darker energies into light, loving, original Christos Sophianic energies of the male, the original male and female, the original masculine, feminine energies that come from the original God, Goddess, and the purity of the original form of the God, Goddess. Okay, as we ascend into these beautiful new earth energies, Gaia is going through an absolute beautiful transformation, as is the rest of the cosmos, and we are witnessing something absolutely transformative on every single level, within and without. As above, so below. Masculine energies for this week. Oh, look at that, 10 and 10. Very interesting. We have the 10 of air here, which is about burdens, but then we also have this one, which is the 10 of cups. So it's like double tens are like, there are so many trucks along this road. I may live in a beautiful, beautiful dairy, with lots of cows and beautiful paddocks and farms everywhere, and I have this beautiful little haven in here, but along my road there are quarry trucks, we have milk trucks, and we have the log trucks, whatever truck you can name, they all come along my road. So wonderful. Anyway, I do digress. This is double 10. This is a double ending, okay? But what I'm seeing here for the masculine is that it's time now to release these old burdens and old world structures that have been, and old distortions and old inversions that have been a part of that masculine for so long now, that need to be released. It's time now to move into these beautiful 10 of earth energy, 10 of cups energies, which is about absolute happiness in love. And I would say this is about in love with self, and also too, to reach Buddhahood, to reach enlightenment, one must go through the darkness, the very, very depths of hell and the darkness, to be able to transmute and transform those old inversions and old world structures and old earth structures that have lived and been housed in those masculine energies. So now it's time to release all of that and move into these beautiful new template of happiness, joy, and enlightenment in a way. It's like the fat, happy Buddha. That's where we're going. That's where the masculine is moving from, these darker energies into these lovely, loving energies of the Buddha. And what else do we have? So that's an amazing thing. So there's a lot of transformation going on within the masculine. I do feel that the masculine has been going through a lot of darkness, frustration, and angst, and I just can't think of the word, anxiety, sleepless nights, because when you're going through these transmutations and transformations of darkness into light, it requires one to look at the shadow side and the shadow parts of themselves which can produce a lot of anxiety. But the masculine is now willing to look at it as once upon a time the masculine had a habit of running away from his emotions and anything to do with his heart center or feeling center. And always very intellectual and very logical in his thinking, which only gets you so far in this new, especially if we're moving into these new earth energies. Once upon a time it may have, in these old earth denser energies, it may have provided some form of understanding of self, but it also fed the distortions and the inversions of those masculine energies. So now, as the masculine is really beginning to find himself through his physical body, he's beginning to understand his emotional life and his emotional side, really getting a sense of all of that. Oh, sorry, all of a sudden I'm just getting visions of galactic stuff coming through. I'll have to look at that later. Sorry, it's just all of a sudden coming through. 8 of water. Sometimes I get visions and visits that they're wanting to come through. But I'll look at that in a minute. 8 of water. Beautiful. This is the masculine is now beginning to have a look at where he really, really wants to place his energies, and he's also wanting to find a sense of peace within himself through the anxiety and the darkness. He's beginning to see a light, and through that light he's beginning to find a sense of peace where once before, especially just lately, he's not been able to find much in the way of real peace at all. But he's now beginning to see that, or wait for his ships to come in, but he knows the only way his ship can come in is by doing the work, is by doing the inner work, by doing his, by removing any fear, any obstacles, any to the knowledge of self and the truth of who he really is. The truth of who he really is starting to come through, and he's having to remove masks. He's having to remove anything that requires him to lie to himself. Any lies or cheating of himself, he's now beginning to see just how he has done that. While doing that to others, he is now actually recognizing that in reality, really he has only cheated and lied to himself. So those sorts of energies are now being transmuted and transformed, and we have the world here. So this is really interesting because we have the world, we have he's really going through a massive transformation. These are about endings. This is, whoops, that one. The world, all about this huge transformation and endings. So really moving out of those distorted energies and going into transmutation and transformation, and ending these distorted energies that have been a part of the masculine's life for so long. Yeah, this is amazing. We'll talk about the masculine. These are energies we have within all of us. And sometimes, like, I found myself going right into those masculine energies and seeing the distortions of where, any fear, any remaining fear. And it's usually got to do with the 3D life that I've been a part of and now moving out of. And and so now the masculine energies are really starting to transform as well. This, for the next the 2023 will be the rise of the divine masculine, and it's going to be very interesting indeed as we go through the shifts and changes into these lighter, less dense energies and move into something akin to like a quantum field of possibilities. It's like jumping quantum fields into a completely different universe. Really interesting stuff. I'm still getting visions and stuff from that. So I'm just going to end this now. I've got someone wanting to come through, so I will end this now. And yeah, because, you know, the masculine is doing an amazing job. The masculine energies are really starting to transform, transmute, and anybody that holds a greater amount of masculine energy, the divine masculine, great job. You guys, you know, are doing an amazing job in fast tracking yourselves through these denser energies. Okay, so yeah, I'll see you next week.